Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my series on Dune Messiah. We're going to be heading into chapter 6, where we have some new and interesting events unfolding. Again, I'm doing this series in preparation for the new Dune 3 movie coming out in December, and it's based on the book Dune Messiah. So you're probably going to get some spoilers. Of course, the movies are always a little bit different than the books, but just so you are aware. Also, I'm a sci-fantasy author. If you'd like to learn a little bit more about me and my Song of Immaru series, I have a couple of really exciting launches happening this summer. So you can check out my website at www.pjdudick.com. You can sign up for my newsletter, and yeah, I'd love to have you over there and to keep you up to speed. So we're moving into chapter 6 of Dune Messiah, and in this one, we have Paul hanging out on his lion's throne, looking all fancy, as he's preparing for the arrival of Eldrick, who is a guildsman. Remember the Space and Guild? They're kind of like a big political force in this universe. And Eldrick is a quote unquote bad guy who is conspiring against Paul. Eldrick, he's riding out up with his entourage, and he's in his fish tank because the guild's folk are kind of fishy, I guess. And he has a special guest with him, and that is Duncan Idaho, but not Duncan Idaho from book one, who was Paul's buddy, sort of a super warrior. Now Duncan is a ghola. And as a reminder, a ghola is essentially a zombie, a reanimated corpse that the Tleilaxu people are able to generate. And for Duncan Idaho, they've brought him back, but he doesn't really have any of his memories from the past. Kind of like memories and memories, but not actually memories. And they've also trained him up as a mentat, which is sort of a super spy warrior type of person, and as a philosopher. Paul understandably is intrigued by this, and he has a little bit of a chat with Duncan, and then also with Eldrick. We don't learn a whole lot about Eldrick's intentions, but he goes in and he's going to be hanging out on Arrakis for a bit. But Paul does get a chance to talk to Duncan just one-on-one, although his sister's kind of, Aaliyah, is up at a balcony eavesdropping, as Bene Gesserit are kind of able to do. And Paul pretty much finds out from Duncan that Duncan just says flat out, yeah, I'm here to destroy you. And he also demonstrates some reservations about it, hinting that Duncan is aware of his past friendship with Paul, kind of like actually warning him, hey, maybe you should send me away. But Paul says no, he's going to keep Duncan around. I think in part just because he was his old buddy, but he wants him, Duncan, to train him up in sort of some of the philosophical ways. So yeah, he's choosing to stay in danger mode. He also, his prescience, which is like his ability to see in the future, Paul's that is, isn't working. So I think he's somewhat curious as to why. Aaliyah is also a little bit nervous because upon seeing Duncan, she's crushing on him a little bit. And because she has some interest, she knows that Duncan's also a danger to her. So we have this whole thing set up that I think is going to be a pretty big plot line of Duncan Idaho. Is he going to get his memories back? Is he going to kill Paul? Is he going to kill Aaliyah? I don't know, but we are going to find out. So please like, subscribe. We'd love to have you stick around this channel as I continue onward into Dune Messiah. And hopefully, as I am, you're looking forward to the movie. Till next time, take care.